Well, good morning, ladies and gents, and welcome to day 2 of round 3 of the 2026 TENG TOOLS ICCR here at Mondello Park. Legends, as you can see and hear, are already going out on track for the first race of the day, but we've got loads of action today. We've got the Sports 2000 cars from the UK. Watch out for them. Wonderful race yesterday. We've got another 25-minute race with those guys on track. Expect lots of battles. They'll be out shortly. We have got the Siltec Safety Fiesta ZTEX. They're a capacity grid for the second meeting in a row. No more room on the grid and a couple of reserves. They may have got in. We hope they did. Fiesta STs with a big grid. Formula Vs back on a Sunday. Great to have them. Not quite sure because it's just finished, but I think Kevin O'Hara might have jumped in a car there and stolen pole position away. In the ZTEX, Owen Murray did the same thing for Murray Motorsport. He's on pole position for Fiesta ZTEX. So plenty of excitement going on. We've got the Irish Legends out on track now. The Patch Tyre Equipment Junior Minis are back. We skip a meeting with them because the Leaving Cert examinations are on, but all the exams are over. All the drivers are back and they're absolutely flying this morning, so watch out for them. So a full packed day of entertainment. If you're here, you can watch it on your phone. If you're watching at home, you're very welcome. ICCR.ie will give you all the links, or look for Irish Championship Circuit Racing on Facebook or Mondello Park. You'll find the stream pretty easily, or on timing.ie. There's also a link to it that'll give you live timing as well. So we're all set for a fantastic day's racing. Day 1 was good. Day 2 looks like it's going to be even better. The paddock is packed and the grids are full. Formula Shane back here as well. So a full afternoon's entertainment coming up very shortly at Mondello Park. So Legends out on track and getting ready to go. I'm glad to say I have got Glenn Montgomery with me. Glenn, I was wondering, would you be able to make it or not? Because you had commitments yesterday up north, didn't you?
I did, yes. Covering some media commitments up north. But glad to be here with you today, Leo.
Yeah, it was great to have you in the commentary box, not only for the banter, but the knowledge is always good as well. It's like a safety net for a commentator.
You're the biggest safety net here for sure, but you'll keep me right.
I've been called worse, Glenn. I've been called worse. I was speaking to the Sports 2000 guys this morning, having a great time. They were in Nace last night doing a little bit of socialising in a couple of restaurants and a few different bars, and on track. Great entertainment from them yesterday. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I was hugely impressed yesterday. Lapping in the 144 bracket, those cars are not slow.
Oh, they're not hanging about.
Battles all the way down the grid, which is brilliant as well. And we're going to have a feature race today. It's something we might introduce to ICCR. Glenn, you and I will head down. Our first race after lunch, Fiesta ZTEX, and we're going to do a grid walk. We're going to open the grid and anybody can go out onto the grid. You don't need the armbands for that one because we'll be clearing them all back into the paddock afterwards, and we'll interview the top drivers. The Alfa Romeo Ireland safety car has zoomed away, and we've got this beautiful drone shot. Katie on form as ever for Legends to get going. Michael Barrable's distinctive car on the outside of the front row, Glenn.
Sure is.
Gordon Brown, equally experienced in Legends. He's on pole position for this one. The positions on these are drawn from a hat, so qualifying time's not well, I would say not relevant. They give us a great indication of pace, but they don't necessarily start. They change the grids for all their races, for these heats as they call them. And always give entertainment. The 1200cc motorbike engine, just listen to them as they put the hammer down on the main straight at Mondello Park. And away they go. Looks like Brown's got it, just got the jump on Barrable. Perhaps Michael Barrable, massively experienced, Len. He's raced and rallied everything, hasn't he?
He has, certainly. And we see, I think it's Gordon Brown's got the inside. Barrable under a little bit of pressure from the rest of the pack in second place. Gordon Brown actually fastest in qualifying this morning. But as you say, he was the man with the luck, and he is away and running this morning.
Oh, big arm full of opposite lock for Michael Barrable at turn 2, Campion corner. Not the most comfortable place to get a bit of oppo at Mondello Park, perhaps, but Michael's been around that corner many, many times. Racing Formula Fords back here in the 70s. Dunlop Sexton champion, that's the overall motorsport champion. Fiat Uno champion, he's won loads of stuff here. Fiesta ZTEC champion, he's won the 6-hour race on numerous occasions. Massively experienced, makes no allowances for age, and is still very, very quick and very clever in traffic. There's 63, Derek Hogan in the Pink Panther, as he calls that car, beautifully turned out. POB Racing running most of these cars, if not all of them, and they have a great setup down in the paddock. Pink Panther for third there, Glenn.
Yeah, big scrap going on. It's a four-way fight for third place, but it looks like Gordon Brown, our leader, is breaking away, and Barrable's trying to chase him down as they head out on the international circuit. And Barrable certainly is starting to close him down, using all the width of the road.
These cars kind of designed to move around a little bit, aren't they, Glenn? They've got pretty low grip tyres designed that way. They've got front and rear bumpers to allow them to bump draft like karts, and 1200cc motorbike engine, so great sound effects. Anyone that they're a little bit different to most cars. They don't have a diff, so it's an art to get them around a corner. But anyone that drives them absolutely loves them, and Paul O'Brien seems to run a great job down there with all these guys.
Very unique driving style in them. Not being switch on. Quickly to them on that, don't. Well, at the moment, it's Gordon Brown comes down, completes lap 1 in the lead with Barable in second. Nico Frank up to third place, Jimmy Moylan fourth. As they scream past us in the tower. Nico Frank trying to make a move as they head out to the country here on Michael Barable for second place. Barable confident enough, holds his line, carries the speed. Out through turn 3. That's going to allow Gordon Brown to get away. And the man to watch maybe here is Nico Frank. He's right on the back of...
Somebody got around there. Did they hang on to it?
Sorry, it's Moylan.
Yeah, Moylan always a danger man. He gets the odd spin in these cars and he's very, very quick, Jamie Moylan. So let's keep an eye on him. But Gordon Brown, as you said, quickest this morning and beginning to ease away. And Barable kind of on the edge a little bit there through Lola Corner.
Big slide as he came around there. Here we go. More drone shots, more fabulous drone shots.
That's Top Gun Katie there at her best, yeah. So Gordon Brown still getting away. Unusual for a legend race.
Nico very late on the brakes. Right onto the back of Jimmy Moylan.
As Michael Barrell normally is.
No, he needs to tidy that up because you see the pace of Jimmy Moylan and Nico Frank, and Dennis Lambert still sitting in the middle of the track and another car in the background with a wheel hanging off.
3 wheels on my wagon. Who is that? Is it James Byrne? It is James Byrne, yeah. James Byrne was out yesterday going nicely in the Irish Strikers. He's also former rookie champion in the Fiesta Z-Tex. So pretty quick guy, but not even with 3 wheels on, he's not going to be able to make any impact today. So Gordon Brown still leading this one. Jamie Moylan, the danger man, in second place. Nico Frank right there. Michael Barable closing them all down on the... Oh, he's so late in the brakes. Yellow flags there as they come into the ES as though. Is there a safety car? There is a safety car. I thought that was Michael Barable out braking everybody else, but he was just coming down to safety car speed. So the Alfa Romeo Ireland safety car has been dispatched. It's already sitting aptly enough under the Alfa Romeo bridge on the main straight. Lights flashing, great shot there. And it will proceed out onto the track and collect the leader as soon as they come round. That allows James Byrne to come in the top of the pit lane. 37 Lambert, ironically enough, having, not his fault, but having triggered the safety car, he's got going. Wonder could we just green flag them, and that's exactly what they're going to do. The safety car's coming back in, Glenn. Haven't seen that before. That's good work by the officials. Look at that. Get back in your box, Bruno.
That's it.
And they're going to just green flag them. Are they at the start finish now? That would be good. That's that gives us a lot more racing. I mean, it's clever and it's safe to neutralise a race. But if we can do safety car-ish without costing us a full lap on the international track, that'd be great.
Looks like it might be a last lap blast by the time they come around to pick up the green flag again here, Leo.
Yeah, Fergus Brennan has the green flag below us. I think it's Fergus Brennan today. I can only see the flag in somebody's feet, but I'm assuming it's him. And we will go racing again. So they need to be all up bumper to bumper.
Yeah, that wee bunch there behind needs to get caught up.
Yeah, we were talking about this in driver's briefing this morning. I don't understand why they're not bunched up here. It just makes no sense, and they're going to be let go.
Jimmy Moylan's handing the win here to Gordon Brown. He needs to be on the ball.
He is. They're going to get a shock when they come out here. He thinks they're going to be a safety car. There's going to be a green flag. There is a green flag. Look at this.
Gordon Brown is gone. Yep.
Good run by Derek Hogan, the Pink Panther there, to be in the mix with the leaders. He's 5th. Everyone are going to be scrapping amongst themselves though. Gordon Brown, see you later. Away down the road. Great run from him from the first lap.
Yeah,
he's opened out a bit of a gap there, going nicely.
On form from the moment he stepped out of bed this morning, Leo. He's carrying it well here in race 1, but it's going to be the scrap for second place. And Jimmy Moylan, hold on. He's around turn 3. Brown from Moylan, Frank, Barable in 4th. Derek Hogan not far away, and the Pink Panther in 5th place as well. Through Bridgestone. Out onto the international loop they go. Gordon Brown definitely holding on out front, managing the gap. Barable now under pressure from Hogan. This is a great run from Derek Hogan in the Pink Panther as he's on the outside here. Barable defends. They run a wee bit wide. They're costing themselves time. It looks like it might be Moylan who's going to take the second place. See what Frank can do. Nico Frank's still right with him. Our leader straightens it up, heads it down towards Nordic Spirit. Here they come. Out towards the last corner. It's going to be Gordon Brown. Barring any disasters on the brakes in the south side. But he gets her pulled up, turned, pointed towards the checkered flag. Gordon Brown is going to take the win here. And he's delighted. He slaps the roof of the car. It's going to be Moylan second, Nico Frank third, Michael Barable fourth, Derek Hogan fifth. Alex Toomey takes sixth place. Sorry, Jason O'Connell gets it on the line. Great run from Jason. Then Alex Toomey, Jonathan Patterson, and James Byrne.
There we go, Legends giving us a great opener. Katie getting a quick shot of herself there, flying the drone down beside the silver See It Live van out on the loop. So we are live on all the Facebook pages of the race classes, I think, that are out today. You can find it on Mondello Park's Facebook page. You can find it on YouTube. It goes back to YouTube, of course, immediately afterwards. But great stuff from Irish Legends. A little bit warm perhaps for them today. They're air cooled, but no problem so far. So they're next, and then it's the Alloy Repair Centre Fiesta ST Championship. And Derek Graham had pole position for most of the session, Glenn, but at the very end, or towards the end, Charlie McKillen from Murray Motorsport banged one in and took it by like 0.7 of a second. The Ballybunion Bullet, Adam O'Mahony, is on the second row of the grid beside Tim McQuaid, the weather man, the Rainmaster. Daniel McDonald, so impressive here last time round in the Precision Tint and Graphics car. And Michael Graham, who went so well. He was leading race 2 the last time the car stopped on him. And then it's Trevor Farrar, who's a lot quicker this year than he was with his He's reshelled the car, done a bit of work. John Elliff went very well at the last meeting as well. Then Jonathan Kerwin, very impressive newcomer in the Geno's ice cream car. David Bartlett going nicely, another beautifully presented car. Owen Cullen, great to have Owen back, not just because he's the sponsor, but he's a real character in the paddock. He loves racing this Fiesta ST. It's always immaculate. Jason McGeehan, first of the Donegal Armada, as we call them, the Kelly Motorsport crew. And then Niall Nolan, Porrick McGinley, David Deary, Chris Grimes, and Matthew Devereaux. So great stuff from Fiesta STs. They're the 2-litre version. They're newer. They've got far more, twice the power, in fact, of a Z-Tech, and they've got a limited slip differential. And they're quite popular this year. We've 21 cars registered, I think, which is up on where they were. A lot of newcomers coming in. They're nice cars to drive. They tell me they're a lot nicer, Glenn, since they got the diff fitted. And apparently the boxes are not given. They were given a little bit of trouble if you ramped them up over the curbs, which saloon car drivers tend to do. They weren't too nice to third gear, and apparently that's the transmission drive to the spinning inner wheel is not as rough when it lands. I'm sure my terminology is wrong there, but
no, I think you're absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
It's sort of evening everything out, I suppose. And the inside wheel, when it spins up, and then the other wheel tries to snap as well when it gets grip. But yeah, I think you're spot on, Leo.
that's exactly what I was saying. I think. So they'll be coming out shortly, running on Nankang tyres, sponsored by the Alloy Repair Centre, West Dublin based. If you want diamond cut wheels or refurbished alloys or classic car alloys or anything like that, they're the experts. So they will be coming out shortly. So Formula Shane has a couple of, I think Roisin Sweeney's probably going to get her run. But she's in a spot of bother again, but she's had nothing but bad luck. She's in the global, and Shane didn't really go her way there, but she's in a newly rebuilt engine. And then the clutch release bearing collapsed at scrutiny last night. But 2 of the other drivers fixed it in inside an hour and had her running again, but apparently is splitting the petrol tank now after qualifying. So they're going to have to try and get that aluminium welded somewhere. So just absolute torture. Richie Carney on pole for them, and then Jack Files in there too. Didn't do too many laps, came in early. He was very quick in the F3 car yesterday. So Jonathan and himself and Donald Lockery will no doubt be twiddling with that. Lockery owns that car and Jack well able to steer, so I'd expect that car to move up. Kevin O'Hara jumping into the LOH, Shane, car with great history, and grabbing Formula V pole position. Owen Murray jumping into one of the family Murray Motorsport Z-Techs and taking pole position there in the capacity grid. Sam Doyle, I think, alongside him. That's very provisional. I haven't got a sheet with a grid on it, but that's the way it was when I looked at it towards the end of qualifying. So we should be in some really good racing. And of course, don't forget those UK Sports 2000 cars. 3 classes, Glenn. There's a main class in Duratec, there's a secondary Duratec class, then there's a Derek Bell class for drivers that are slightly older. We're not going to say how old. And then there's a historic class. I turned the microphone off while I told Greg how much, while I told Glenn how much there. And then there's a historic, 2 cars in the historic class, and they don't make any allowances for being historic. They're having a go. One of them's much newer than the other. I was calling the older car a Tiga, but apparently it's a Taiga S79, so 1979 Taiga. So I had my pronunciation wrong. Like Tony the Tiger on a packet of Frosties. Taiga, yeah. So there you go. There's a Lola, which is pretty apt because that was Martin Brain's company, of course. That's the old Mondello Park at the same time. So he would love to see a Lola racing at Mondello Park. And we have one here. We actually won the historic element of the race yesterday and scrapped with some far more modern machines. Beautiful little cars. If you're in the paddock and you've got a bit of time, grab a couple, go around and have a chat. They're lovely guys to have a chat too. And the cars are absolutely beautifully prepared. So thank you very much to those guys for coming over, and not just to the drivers, teams and families and everything. It's a big effort, isn't it, Glenn, to cross the water to go racing?
Absolutely it is, and it's a lot of cost involved in it too, so it's a big commitment.
Yeah, it is, it really is. We had tried a few times to bring the Z-Techs and STs to the Formula Ford Festival. It would just fit, but again, very expensive, and it's very close to the time of the 6-hour Fiesta Z-Tech race. And even though you only get 20 to 30 entries, there's 4 in every car, so there's probably 100 drivers in that race. So yeah, it's difficult. And Neil Murphy's ears will be pricking up down in the paddock. He's very keen to bring the Z-Techs away to race somewhere. Anglesey, a couple of years ago, they were absolutely fantastic. So we could happen. We might organise something. We'll see. You have to be careful with a budget class because you know everybody's at the pin of their collar just to come here and do a race. Never mind taking them away. So non-championship might be a way to do as an option for them and share a grid with somebody. But anyway, we can always dream. Legends all coming back in now, and Fiesta STs haven't been released yet. I think there's some work being done out on the circuit. So cars still coming in the gate. Plenty of cars, plenty of spectators here. Great to have them. It's always good entertainment at the ICCR. The TENG Tools ICCR. And we had some great racing, as we said here yesterday, but bigger grids today. Mind you, it was small grids yesterday for Boss Ireland and Irish Touring cars, but they still gave us really good entertainment. You only need 2 cars for a race. We didn't have 2 cars. We had far more than 2 cars, but we had some cracking racing yesterday. Speaking of cracking racing, Glenn Montgomery, here come the Fiesta STs.
Yeah, exciting stuff for the Fiesta STs. And you were saying earlier they're a fast little thing. They sound great. They make for great racing, very close. It's great to see a really strong grid of these cars heading out on their warm-up lap. As we say, will be Charlie McKillen on the pole. Just snatched it away towards the end of qualifying from Derek Graham, who lines up on the front row of the grid with him. Second row of the grid will be made up of Adam O'Mahony and Tim McQuaid. Adam continues to find more pace. He had a decent year last year, and this year he's having a way more successful year.
Just having a quick look at, if I can bring them up here, championship positions. Yeah, it's Derek Graham, the Northern Ireland man, who's leading this one. 62 points, double win at the last meeting. Glenn, very impressive stuff from him. and driving with perhaps a touch more aggression than we've seen from before. He's silky smooth, he's very calm, and he's a thinking driver, a bit like Alistair Kellett. He can sit back and he's happy sometimes to come second, and I was waiting a few times for our last lap lunch, never came. He's doing the points up in his head. He's won lots of championships, he knows how to win them. But the last day here, he came up through them and he was not taking any prisoners. He's also very good at, we used to say about Alistair Kellett, there's rarely any damage. He does a lot of his overtaking on the exit of a corner. He sets people up, makes them defend.
You're just explaining that, and I'm sitting here going, Derek Graham is the type of person who'll sit back and learn somebody's lines, know where he has the racecraft to pass somebody, and as you say, he'll get it done on the exit of a corner.
Massive experience. Tim McQuaid next up. Tim in a non-finish. Only for that he'd still be leading, I would imagine. It's not much in it. Well, there's 6-8 points in it. Then Charlie McKillen, who's been the pace of the class but hasn't had the best of luck this year. Michael Graham, also no luck. He had to stop and he was sitting back like Fernando Alonso on the armchair, on the deck chair, watching the racing. Great photo from Mark Quinlan at the last race meeting. Not where he'd want to be. Then Daniel McDonald, he's been brilliant this weekend, or this season. He's really, really good. Just jumped into that car. That's the yellow and black car in 5th on the grid. Very little experience in this class. He's a Kiwi. It's great to have him here. Quite the character, I believe, and very, very quick. Then Adam O'Mahony, that's the bullet, the Ballybunion bullet. He was second for most of the session. Dropped back to 3rd. He'll have McQuaid alongside him. So it's McKillen, Derek Graham, O'Mahony, McQuaid, Daniel McDonald, Michael Graham, Trevor Farrar, John Aliff, Jonathan Kerwin, David Bartlett, well up for David Bartlett, 70 his own. Cullen hasn't been in the car for a long time. And Jason McGeehan, then Niall Nolan, Porrick McGinley, David Deary, Chris Grimes, and Matthew Devereaux. And they're down towards us. McKillen a little bit further forward perhaps than he should be there, but won't be any odds. So we should be still coming into to their grid places towards the back. It's a great drone shot when they just fly over the top. We'll enjoy this when we do the grid walk later on with the Fiesta Z-Tex lane. That's everybody in position. We should be good to go. Fergus holds up the 5-second board. If it is Fergus, we have to check that one. The red lights are on. They're out. Derek Graham gets a great launch. 76 leads. Grabs second gear, closes the door and says thank you very much. And in fact, Tim McQuaid has got a great start, but he's choosing to tuck in behind the second place car rather than expose himself on the outside. Oh, John Elliff so late on the brakes down the outside, trying to get by Graham Jr. there. Doesn't get it done. Chris Grimes there, and that is Devereaux and Deary, I think. Is it side by side, or McGinley? But it is Derek Graham. Cracking start, no wheel spin, just got an absolute blinder.
Yeah, had the revs absolutely bang on, left of the clutch, and he was gone.
Yeah, it's hard to, you've got to judge traction and grip to perfection, which is exactly what he did. Just got ahead of McKillen, very strong first couple of corners too. And it's McQuaid who's under a little bit of pressure from the bullet from Adam O'Mahony.
Car bouncing around as he headed into Bridgestone there, Adam, and it upset him. Gives Tim a little breather. But the top 4 already seem to be breaking away, and it's Michael Graham in 5th place.
Yeah, they're all pretty much line astern. Nobody having a real go just yet. Always a couple of different lines through this corner. Lola corner, the long right-hander out onto the back straight. Crucial corner because it obviously dictates a very much tighter line for the guys there. It dictates your speed coming out onto that long back straight. We're down into 7A and B now. McKillen's balanced the gap and perhaps closing it a touch, Glenn.
Yeah, interesting. McKillen very late in the brakes into 7A, and Gary Graham got the rotation done nice and early, so he had a nice drive off 7B. Two quite different lines from the top 2 as we can see them. It's a great angle there, just you can see somebody running wide.
Yeah, you see some of the novices come in there a little bit too quick at Bahrain's Bends, and then you got to sort it all out, sort out turning right and suddenly get it back and turn left, whereas if you can position the car to the right, yeah, good run now.
Yeah. Through Nordic Spirit up towards south side. They hop over the curb on the outside. Somebody very sideways in the background,
John
getting all crossed up. Bit of rally crossing.
Hung onto it nicely, but yeah, big 4-wheel drift out onto it.
Very well.
Glenn getting excited. He thought the rallycross cars were here a few weeks early. Farrar gets up the inside of him now with the Mondello switchback. Side by side down the main straight. There's very, very little difference in these cars. McKillen gets alongside. Nothing he can do. That brings McQuaid a bit closer to them, and he's bringing the Ballybunion bullet with him. Michael Graham not too far away either, and predictably Daniel McDonald is not being dropped here in the yellow car.
Graham, our leader under pressure. As they head out towards turn 3. Very late in the brakes, using all the track, and McKillen as well. Nearly thought he had 2 wheels on the grass, but he keeps her on the island. Graham managing it well so far. Once again, we see a great drone shot there, Leo. The difference in lines that these two are taking. It looked like Graham was turned in a lot earlier than McKillen. McKillen very late in the brakes and gets seems to sacrifice a bit of speed on the exit of the corner.
I think they're all on the absolute limit, and that's where we're seeing slight differences here and there. Although, as you said, a break for the first two there. This is a strong lap for them.
Quaid trying to hold on. And it looks like Graham Jr. trying to make a move on O'Mahony as they come through 7A and 7B.
O'Mahony defending on the way up the hill, but he's still 2 lengths clear. Back over to the right. Leaders still together. Graham kind of holding him with a length or two. In fact, it gets closer around here. Is that safety car? No, it's not a safety car. It looks like there's a safety car sign at the final corner, but I don't think there is. 2 leaders go by with a good gap. Fastest lap is to Derek Graham, but nothing in at a 10th. They've pulled out a lot there. In fact, a full second quicker almost than Tim McQuaid and Adam O'Mahony. Then it's Michael Graham, Daniel McDonald. Some good battles going on down the grid there. Jonathan Kerwin going by side with David Bartlett. And Owen Cullen right with them too in the Alloy Repair Centre car.
I think it's the way the marshals have that safety car board leaned up against their little hut. It makes it look from our angle like they've got it hung out. Oh, look at that gaggle of cars in the background. Look, that's a great scrap.
Brilliant, yeah.
Oh, it looks like McKillen's got her on here as they head out towards Lola.
He's got the nose ahead. Hardly get round the outside there. It's too long of a corner, I would imagine, but let's see.
Oh, he's hanging on.
Oh, both of the cars right on the limit there. The back of them just moving around a little bit. McKillen's slightly stronger in a straight line, perhaps, is he? Can he get that done? Can he close that door? He's trying. Oh, Derek Graham is just a headlamp is all that saved him there, and back down the inside of the brakes.
Just an overlap. We bump in the middle of 7A and 7B. But great respect and great racing.
Oh, that's good saloon car racing. Yeah, just about another 3 or 4 inches in old money, and he would have been able to close the door, but not quite there. And giving each other racing room, which we, Glenn, love to see in the commentary box.
Love to see it. It was a number plate. Oh, that's all he needed.
Yeah, absolutely. So interesting that he got the run round the outside, still managed to stay door to door on the way back out. He was clearly quicker on the run down the hill to 7A and B. Here they come again up onto 3 wheels. McKillen not short of commitment.
Big commitment over the top of the curb in 3rd place in the white car.
You probably remember his dad rallying, Max McKillen.
I do remember.
Yeah, very spectacular driver back in the day. So he didn't lick it off the stones then. Yeah. Here they come down to start another lap. It's Graham, it's McKillen, it's McQuaid and O'Mahony absolutely together. A small gap back to Michael Graham, then Daniel McDonald. Farrar right in there too in the parts for cars machine. And now beginning to hunt around behind him is McKillen. He's sniffing on the inside and outside. They go through Campion Corner. That's completely flat in these cars. A little bit of curve on the exit. And then down towards turn 3, the double apex right-hander. Graham very quick on the initial way in there and maintains that length that he got. Interesting, neither of them getting right onto the apex there, Glenn, and it's early on in the race. The tyres shouldn't be, I mean, these tyres are track day tyres, as in most of the saloons here, and they will generally get a bit tired towards the end of the race, so it's a bit early for your tyres to be getting tired.
Yeah, again, a great drone shot there, Leo, giving us that difference in line and difference in approach. Now, the times can't be separated by times, can't be separated on track, but it's very, very different lines from both driver. It's very, very interesting to observe.
Yeah. All the top guys right out to the very edge. It's almost like they drive right round the edge of the track, but they've actually apexed much earlier. It's all about trying to not scrub off as much speed as you can, get the lock off. Elif having dropped a little bit off this group, but the first two now really going at it. Top six will be reversed.
O'Mahony makes a mistake in the background, entering 7A on the brakes, and it allows Michael Graham to close up, gives Tim McQuaid a bit of a breather. But McKillen just can't find a way past Graham at the minute. Here is big gaggle of cars. A bit further back with our leaders. They bounce across the curve through Nordic Spirit. McKillen wide, kicking up the dust. McQuaid sideways in the background, and O'Mahony's trying to hunt them down as well. Good speed by Graham down onto the straight.
Yeah, that's the thing with these guys. It's like, Derek Graham's not particularly old, but he's massively experienced and he's very calm, whereas McKillen is young, slightly rawer perhaps, but very, very quick. And he's starting to bounce around behind him, isn't he? GT Gasworks, the new sponsor on the two Graham cars. The sticker could be a bit bigger, so Derek, if you can get a bigger sticker off GT Gasworks are watching, they might give him a few quid more. And we could see it a bit more, but it's great to see him getting a bit of backing. It's well deserved, those two cars, always beautifully presented. Trade Bid is the sponsor on the second car. Of course, Max McKillen, well known in the trade in Ireland, the motor trade. So I'm not getting into that apex again, just rolling past it, but
let's see if we see the shot here now as we come through Bridgestone. Watch the difference in lines. They'll make a liar out of me now, but look, see how wide Max is.
Yeah, completely different lines there. Same result.
Sorry, Charlie, I said Max. I call his dad. Back to the rallying days.
Charlie getting a good run up the hill, and he's with him again by the top of the hill there. Here they come. Down the long back straight. Get up to quite a speed here. There's actually a kink before the double right there, Glenn, and if you don't go over to the right, the straight line, that kink in a front wheel drive car, you can get into big bother when you lift off to get onto the brakes.
Yeah, you're locking wheels everywhere.
Yeah, you can get a big armful of opposite lock in the braking area. It's for Mondello novices, I suppose. But a track walk sorts most of that out for the newer drivers. A little bit wide there, yeah. Too wide through the right-hander and having to correct it through the left. That's cost him time, and McKillen fancies a go.
He does. He gets the door closed.
Yeah.
In Charlie's face.
That's just a little bit too quick on the way, and did that in the first lap as well. It's easy to do, very easy for us to sit here and say he's gone in a bit quick, but it's difficult to stop the car. Right in over the car. That's a proper attack from Graham there.
Derek flicked it in. Flicked it in the Nordic Spirit, sideways over the top of the curve. Beautiful car control.
5 minutes to go. So McQuaid being left by these two doesn't normally happen. He's in third place. Won't really suit him because
O'Mahony in trouble in the background, it looks like. That's a shame for Adam.
Oh no, yeah, Adam O'Mahony going very slowly on the main straight here. 47. The world of tiles car, an ACG, GC. Yeah, white flag. He's pulling in there. He's signaling to the marshals that he's going to pull in just after the pit lane. They give him thumbs up, so he's okay to do that.
The race goes on. Good job, Adam.
There's right into the apex for Derek Graham, and that gives him a little bit more on the way out because McKillen, I don't think, got quite in there. It's only missing it by fractions, but you normally only see that, Glenn, at the end of a saloon car race. Right on the limit. You can tell in these STs because they'll give a little bit of what we used to call the ST hops. They're not as bad as they used to be. The newer shocks, newer gas shocks at the front. When they had the older ones, they used to hop and bounce quite a lot. And you can see these guys just balancing on them right on the edge of that as they come down into that off-camber left-hander at Bridgestone corner. Graham beginning to get away, do you think, Glenn?
No, just the gap that these two at the front have built over Tim McQuaid. As you say, Tim McQuaid, he's no slouch in this class. Very experienced, and these two are just driving away.
Yeah, just under a second off the lap record, both of them. And it wouldn't be ideal conditions out there. It's probably a little bit too warm for lap record. You need it to be a little bit cooler. It's very humid at Mondello Park today. Going back up the hill. That gap was 3 or 4 lengths on the back straight. He's just taking it back again. So they're quicker at different parts. Cleaner from Graham there.
A lot cleaner this time through from Derek.
He obviously knew exactly what happened there. Didn't need us to tell him, or else he's watching Mondello TV in the car, but I doubt that. Michael Graham starting to give the work over to Tim McQuaid now. Yeah. If you've saved your tires, see that he's got a little bit of speed on the apex. You can get up the inside of someone. He'll be looking to do that out of the final corner if you've got fresher fronts. And Derek Graham just slightly defending.
McQuaid again. McQuaid's out on the grass in the background.
Yeah, McQuaid beginning to struggle a little bit, I think.
Oh yes, he's defending big style here.
Graham just getting up the inside of him, like I said. It's exactly what he does.
And he's going to have the drive and the run down. Castrol.
More front end grip, door to door, and he's actually got the nose ahead. Beautifully done as they come down the main straight. McKillen now piling on the pressure. 2 minutes to go on this one. They'll have another lap after this one, I feel.
See how long Derek Graham can hold his breath. Oh, he gets a gap as they come through Campion and out towards turn 3.
John Elliff peeling off into the pit lane, unfortunately. Had been going nicely.
Graham actually starting to build a bit of a gap from Charlie McKillen. But again, different lines as they come through Bridgestone and head out towards the international loop. Let's see if Charlie can close in again on the latter half of this lap. Through Lola they go.
Great battle going by there with Grimes, Devereaux and Deary battling away there, but you have to watch this one. It's the closing stages, Glenn.
Yeah, you seen Derek opening the steering, as you were saying, to try and get the lock off and carry as much pace as he could through Lola. There was even a bit of dust kicked up on the outside. Great drone shots there. We can see the different lines again as they come across. Charlie gets a whole load of curb at 7B. The Brains bends. Let's see the third place. Third place is getting a little stretched out there, the battle for third.
This time it's McKillen that goes a bit wide at the first bit of Brains bends, and no mistake for Derek Graham. Perhaps gets himself a little bit again. There are great battles going back down through the grid. Look at that. So and now it's McDonald who's closed down McQuaid, and here comes Farrar, who's gone nicely all the way through this. Very strong this year. Those two guys impressing me this year. That's McDonald and Trevor Farrar.
I think you could be right about McQuaid. Maybe the tyres going off a bit, maybe pushing a bit too hard early on.
Like front end grip, didn't it?
Yeah.
Crucial in these cars.
And it looks like McDonald and Farrar maybe saved their tyres, and they might see McDonald get a move here on McQuaid in the last lap as they come around to start it. Oh, it looked like Derek was a bit wide on the exit of Castrol, but he gets back across the track and gets the run out of Campion.
He's very good through Campion, whatever he's doing there. It looks like McKillen's car slightly quicker. Doesn't seem to be much into the straight lines. A few times he motors up to him. It's probably corner exits, you know. There we are, right in, touches that inside. They both do get in. They both get into it this time. Back up the hill at second gear, up to third. So McGraham is third, McQuaid fourth, and Daniel McDonald, Trevor Farrar, Jonathan Kerwin, David Bartlett up another place ahead of McGeehan on that lap. Then Porrick McGinley, Owen Cullen, Matthew Devereaux. Then a massive battle with Chris Grimes, David Deary and Niall Nolan. Nolan just slowing though this time. He was right in the middle of that one. We're missing Adam O'Mahony and John Elliff, unfortunately. This is the final lap though, Len.
This is the final lap. McDonald was trying to show the nose to Tim McQuaid for fourth place there, but here are our leaders heading down towards 7A and 7B. And Graham has a comfortable gap. He doesn't have to defend. He can use all the track. He gets a turn through A, through B. Nice clip of curb. Runs it right out. Let's see what they're like through Brains bends. Here they come. Nicely done. A bit neater from Charlie. Gets a good bit of curb on the exit as they head down to the left-hander, the hairpin. It looks pretty much settled at the front here. Let's see if Charlie can do anything. Can he get a good run through Nordic as they head up towards Southside? I think Graham's got this done.
Look how far ahead of everyone else they are. Really has been a brilliant race for both of these guys. Not over yet. Watch the background. This is going to be Derek Graham. He's delighted with that one. His dad Aubrey on the pin. Slides the tail of the GT Gas ST there across the line. It's going to be Michael Graham in third. It's a drag race for fourth place across the line. Is it McDonald? Is it McQuaid? It's McDonald who gets it.
Nice.
Farrar right with them. Some great battles coming towards us though.
Yeah, it's still going on down the field.
It's Kerwin has dropped a place there. I think it's McGeehan has made up all the places. Look at this on the final lap. Brilliant scraps coming towards us. It is McGee at number 6, I think. Oh, look at this. The Geno's car under big pressure. One of the Donegal guys right around the outside in a drag race now to the line. Who's it going to be? It is 6 McGee.
Is it McGinley?
Yeah, it's Porrick McGinley right round the outside of the final corner. It's not often you see that. A rally man will do that, you see, right round the outside. It's not in the normal book, but it's a good move, and he made it work. He actually carried speed round the outside and just got the nose ahead. So brilliant. Jonathan Kerwin going nicely. Porrick McGinley starting to go really strongly now. One of the Kelly Motorsport cars. And David Bartlett and Owen Cullen. So the order in that one is Derek Graham and Charlie McKillen way ahead of anyone else. 6.5 seconds to the good. Great to see them. You love to see this. They're all shaking hands and having a good old discussion. They will have both enjoyed that, but there wasn't much left in it, was there? They left nothing on the table there, Glenn.
There was nothing left there. They were both fishing around to find where the speed was and trying different things, and Derek Graham just held on in the end.
Yeah. He'd be happy enough with that one. Two of them on the podium. Your son on the podium would be the icing on the cake. Look at all the hand movements between the two of them. Yeah, brilliant. They really enjoyed that one. So did we. So Daniel McDonnell in 4th place. Tim McQuaid back down to 5th. Won't be happy with that. He'll be adjusting that car, no doubt, before the next one. He had loads of pace early on. Oh no, look at there's a little bit of steam coming from the front of the car there. Look, just the bottom of that picture.
Telltale, yeah.
There is steam coming from that car, so maybe just lost power. So let's hope they can sort that out. The LOH team, I'm sure they can before race 2. Then it's Trevor Farrar, Jason McGeehan, great run from him, really impressive. Porrick McGinley as well. Then Jonathan Kerman was in the mix of the Geno's car. David Bartlett, Owen Cullen in there too, 11th. Matthew Devereaux, Chris Grimes, David Deary, and slowing at the end but getting to the finish line was Niall Nolan. He had been right in the mix with Grimes and Deary, a great scrap. So good stuff from Alloy Repair Centre Fiesta STs at Mondello Park. Well, Glen Sports 2000s are in the pit lane. Absolutely fantastic stuff. They really did give us good entertainment. I was delighted when I went around to have a chat with some of them this morning that they were having so much fun, and they kind of went into Nace last night and got a bite to eat and socialised, which is always part of a trip to Ireland. Great battle yesterday between these two. 21 Richard Johnson, 22 Ben Cater. Watch out for David Houghton on the front row, on the second row I should say, and Ashley Law, Houghton and Peter Williams. Nick Johnson, 62, great man on the brakes, Nick Johnson. And then Roger Donnan, some of the Derek Bell drivers, they'll be identified on the timing screen. If you're watching the live timing, you'll see DB on the class. That's Derek Bell for drivers no longer in their teens. And then it's Mike Turner, it's Peter Needham, it's John Owen, Clive Hayes, Mike Fry, and David Williams is the order. And if you are here, I would urge you to go down and have a look at these cars. I don't know if you saw them this morning, Glenn, but they are absolutely beautiful cars. They're miniature prototype race cars. Not even miniature, but they're actually like a little Le Mans car. And the presentation is beautiful. The teams have them set up superbly. Non-championship race, so normally the grids would be far bigger than this, but we're delighted to get this many of them here. And if the racing is as good as yesterday, our job at Glen Montgomery will be very, very easy.
I'm glad to hear that. It's the first thing that caught my eye as soon as I drove into the paddock this morning. They are quite the sight to behold. As you say, they're like little prototypes.
Yeah, and we weren't expecting them to be as quick either. Going around 44s here yesterday, that's really quick around the international circuit. We actually had a new Boss Ireland lap record here yesterday. Sylvie Mullins, 129. He was only a second off the outright lap record, which is a Tyrrell Formula 1 car set many years ago here. So Sylvie absolutely flying. Had a rear suspension failure on one of his laps. An upright let go, an aluminium casting, scary stuff. He came in and I thought the wing was a little bit askew, and I thought he'd had a rear wing stay failure. It was a lot scarier than that, but Sylvie's a hill climber, and I think they're wired differently, those guys.
Yes,
shrugging the shoulders. Yeah.
They absolutely are.
But it was an absolute belter of a lap. He started from the pit lane and was leading within a lap and a half. Just what you want. Again, commentator's dream. Speaking of which, Sports 2000 is getting ready to go. I think we're just towing in a car or two. I see one of the snatch units still out on the international loop.
Yep, just heading back to its position by the looks of it. So
yep.
We're going to be ready to go in a little second.
There we go. Green flag is waved by Fergus Brennan, and we are going out on track with Sports 2000. So we've given them all the link. Hopefully they'll all be tuning into the live stream, and the drivers who didn't come will be able to watch, which would be nice for them. And if they come back next year, we might get even more. They do some very nice circuits. I think they're talking about Spa and possibly Zandvoort. It'd be great as a club racer to go to places like that. And you only see them on the telly. So yeah, and it is a big commitment for them to come over here. So we're delighted they came to pack up everything and get your whole workshop into a trailer and bring it onto a fair drive and bring it onto a ferry is a big commitment. So it's great to have. We always love having UK classes here anyway.
And I'm glad the weather's been good too.
Yeah, it was great.
Always helps.
Well, a little bit too warm perhaps yesterday. So the MCR chassis, I did a bit of research. They're produced in Wales, and they seem to do most of the running. They're very, very nice little car. Again, I'm blue in the face saying it, but go and have a look at them. Cars are absolutely beautiful. A Tiga's not a Tiga, it's a Taiga.
Taiga.
We'll have that correct
Tony the
today.
Taiga.
Yeah, that car a little bit outclassed. It's just a little bit old. It's 1979, so that's the older of the two historic cars, and that car will kind of circulate on its own. But it's a beautiful bit of kit, great bit of history. Sports 2000 cars used to come over here, and I think briefly had a class, and I think Eddie Regan and people like that who owned the circuit back in the early 70s bought Sports 2000 cars. It's Stuart Cosgrave possibly. They did race here back in the early 70s when the circuit was pretty much new. You know, when shops weren't allowed to open in Ireland on a Sunday, so there was no Blanchardstown or Dundrum shopping centre, so people used to come down here and their hordes flocked down. It was absolutely jammers down. Place to be seen. The paddock was like Lily's Bordello. It was used to see Dickie Rock down here and Gay Byrne and all the TV stars used to hang around in Mondello Park paddock. True story. Back in the day. So here they come back towards us. This part of the circuit, of course, was just a farmer's field because the international loop was only added on in the very, very late 90s. So originally it was the access road that you used to get back into the paddock at the back. That was the original circuit. So it didn't have the turn 3 loop or the Duckham's loop, as a lot of people know it. And Stuart Cosgrave, who was an Ultimate Wheeler dealer, apparently did a deal with, I think it was possibly John Webb and Brands Hatch, who financed that bit of the circuit at one stage and got it back in ticket sales or something. There were all sorts of deals going on. Proper entrepreneur, you'd have to be to run a racetrack. Big move for guys to open the first ever racetrack in Ireland back in the late 60s. It was just racing on the road up until that. So you can imagine the excitement when the first racetrack opened. So we had a little bit of history while they're on their warm-up lap, Glenn. So Richard Johnson will start on pole position, Ben Cater alongside, David Houghton, Ashley Law, Peter Williams and Nick Johnson, 62. 62, Nick Johnson, distinctive car. You can see it on the right-hand side behind the blue and yellow car. That is a Lola. It's in the historic class, and either it or the driver or both are very good on the brakes. The modern cars were getting alongside him. He was taking the space back on the brakes yesterday many, many times down into Castrol Corner. So we'll hope we can resume some of the battles we saw earlier. Oh, great shot from the drone. There's these beautiful cars line up on the grid at Mondello Park. Great to see them here. And they're just coming into place now. Should get a 25-minute race, a lot longer than we're used to, Glenn.
Yeah, that is a lot longer. And yeah, great to see the drone shot. You can see the newer stuff and the two older cars, but the way they go.
Oh, this time 82 gets the jump. It's Ben Cater. Interesting facts about Ben Cater. He plays the trombone. Oh, he gets it right in the side there on the way down this contact. I think they avoid each other. They don't. He's lost the lead as a result. I think that's pushed him wide and possibly allowed the pole man to pass both of them on the exit of the corner.
Could be somebody from our second row of the grid. Maybe, let's see what. They're all very similar, all black, all the same shape. Let's see if we can pick them out.
It's hard to know with all the black cars, but it's certainly not our early leader there from the outside the front row. He led well down into turn one, but I think somebody came in a little bit too late. There was a slight contact, pushed him wide, and Richard Johnson said thank you very much, gents, and drove by them before turn two. So Cater will be looking to get back up to second place now, and he gets a good run through Lola corner. He gets in the toe on the long back straight down to 7A and B, and he will not want to let Johnson get away. First four pretty much together here. Great view as they come back up from 7A and B. A big hill there, you wouldn't notice it. The cyclists were telling me at the 24-hour cycle race here that that's a tough hill coming back up towards Bahrain's Bends. And through the long left-hander Devaney's, as you rightly pointed out, named after Michael and Bernard Devaney, father and son, both with great accomplishments in Irish motorsport. And then through Nordic Spirit corner, paddock, and up the hill, hard on the brakes. Down into the final corner, Southside Motor Factors.
Yep.
Let's see where everyone is from the classes as they go by us. 21
Johnson
leads the pole man, Richard Johnson.
Yep.
David Houghton in second place. Ben Cater down to third. Ashley Law right there in fourth place. Then Mike Turner in the Derek Bell class up 3 places. So great run by Mike Turner. That's number 7. Peter Williams right with him. He's down 1. He's another Derek Bell competitor. And Roger Donnan. The Derek Bell competitors tend to stick together on the track, I think.
Leaders through Bahrain's Bends. It is Johnson leading. A bit further back, the Derek Bell Trophy runners all together still, having a great scrap down through 7A and B through that time. Here they are. But our leaders are already up at Southside, the final corner coming round onto the straight. Johnson from Houghton. Still under pressure from Cater in third place. Starting a bit of a gap between themselves and Law in fourth.
Cater looked like he was shaping up for a go down the inside, but he didn't make it on that occasion. I was just about to tell you, he made a beautiful start and orchestrated himself into the lead, going down under the bridge, but I was just about to tell you he's an accomplished trombone player, and it all went wrong. Just as I said it, he was removed from the lead. I think perhaps we'll watch it back, but I think there was a little bit of contact, just sent him wide, and that cost him his lead, and Johnson got by, and now he looks quick and he looks a little bit impatient. He wants to get back up to second place, and it's not second place he's after. He's keen to get after Richard Johnson, isn't he, Glenn?
Absolutely. He wants up the road and to chase the leader down, but he is being bottlenecked by Houghton at the moment. He's very late in the brakes into Lola. That doesn't get the run though. He's not going to get the run as they come down towards 7A and B.
It's a reasonable run off it, but not enough to have a look down into 7A and B. Kink left there, of course, that you can't see on screen. The leader not really getting away considering how hard these guys are trying, but Houghton getting out of shape there, a little bit of opposite lock between 7A and B, but no problem to him, didn't cause him to lift or anything like that. Then up to Bahrain's Bends, the right-hander. They've worked it out, haven't they, these guys, pretty quickly here, because a lot of the domestic drivers overcommit into the right-hander there and go a bit wide. These guys inch perfect, doesn't affect them too much at all. Fastest lap is Decatur, even though he's in third place. But in fact, Houghton might take that away this time. Has he eased away just a little bit?
Houghton looks quick on this lap. We'll watch the timing screens as they come round across the line.
He's not taking up the full track there, coming up towards the braking zone, slightly defensive. That's cost him time on the exit. Leader takes fastest lap, 45.5 for Johnson, 45.649 for David Houghton, and 45.708 for Ben Cater.
There we go.
There we go, fastest lap. MCR S2N, 2 litre. The Duratec engines of these cars. The older cars run a 2 litre Pinto, Glenn. That's what these cars ran originally. So the historic cars.
Plenty of parts around still for those engines. Obviously through the rallying routes too, Duratecs and Pintos and Mark II Escorts, Mark I Escorts.
The Duratec is the modern BTA, is it?
That's it, exactly.
Yeah, slightly more reliable perhaps, or not as not as volatile as they go through Lola Corner. Certain parts of the track, Cater looks very, very quick, but he just can't get it done. And Johnson has dropped the hammer out front. He's a second ahead. 1.095 as they went across the line last time, down at the 7A and B.
He's purples across the screen, the timing screen here at the minute in this lap too. Sector 1, 29.5. Another purple. This is going to be a blinder from Johnson out front. Oh, a nice slide on the entry to Bahrain's Benz from Cater. Probably rarely said about these cars with their downforce, but Ben Cater doing a bit of slip sliding around in third place. But let's see what Johnson can do in this lap. This looks like it's going to be a quick one, unless he's lost time in the final sector. He comes down towards the line. Yeah, it is another fastest lap.
45 to
from our leader.
4/10 up on his pursuers there.
Oh, Cater getting very impatient, trying to get second place away from Houghton. The pressure's on as they come down towards Bridgestone. Houghton defensive on the inside, Cater to the outside. He's going to try and get the switch back as they head out towards Lola, but he's not going to get it done.
He's starting to pile the pressure on though, Glenn, isn't he?
Houghton very wise to it, sort of parked it on the late apex of Bridgestone and blocked that run off the corner.
Quick through there, so there won't be any attack down into 7A and B. The problem with that, the leader getting a little bit out of shape at the second apex there. Sometimes you find that a lot of the cars have to give a quick lift just to get the cars to rotate, to transition for the second bit. And it looked like that there for Johnson. The car just looked like it was out of shape, but I think he was just rotating it for the second bit.
Yeah, and the car's skipping around through Bahrain's Benz. Again, it was Cater getting a bit twitchy. He's right underneath the spoiler of Houghton again. But Houghton stretches his legs out towards Nordic Spirit and up towards South Side.
Yeah, just nothing he can do really. It's tough. He's got a little bit more pace perhaps, although very little. They're pretty equal in terms of pace. Second and third, 45.6 for the leader. They're all on 45.6, all three cars there as they went by that time. Fastest first sector now is Decatur. Ashley Law next up. And David Williams. David Williams started right at the back, 24. Mike Turner going through there in that distinctive Lola, leading the historic class. And leading Derek Bell is Peter Williams. So David Williams in Class B, but it's come all the way from the back to 5th place overall. Obviously leading Class B. Then the Derek Bell runners are Peter Williams, Roger Donnan and Mike Turner still battling away and still very quick. Then the second historic car, Nick Johnson. Sorry, the first historic car, Nick Johnson. Then it's Peter Needham and then Mike Fry in the Taiga.
this. Cater locks up on the way into 7A. He nearly runs into the back of Houghton, but he gets it stopped.
Well, this will show us if he's got pace. Assuming he hasn't flat spotted a tyre there, let's see if he can close that gap down, Glenn. That did cost him a lot of time.
It looked like he was going down the box, Leo, as the back wheels were locking as he was trying to get it pulled up. So let's see hopefully he hasn't flat spotted a tyre.
It's not actually that easy to pass into 7A. You can carry a lot of speed through 7A. Back tyres overheated. Is there a problem there? Do you think there was opposite lock that we haven't seen before there coming out of Devaney's?
Yeah, Cater very twitchy. The car maybe not just working the way he wants it. The other two out front look a lot smoother. Cater looks like he has a fight in his hands with his own car.
Nick Johnson and the Lola a little bit sideways there. That distinctive blue car right at the top of your screen. So still battling with the more modern cars. Johnson, the Lola 8890, so no aero on that car. Well, not so much. It's got like it's enveloping bodywork, but it hasn't got a big back wing on it. That's the first of the historic cars. Beautiful Lola. Leaders perhaps equally spaced. Well, no, Johnson a little bit further away, but they're stretching themselves out just a little bit there. 0.8 of a second between Houghton and Cater as they went across the line the last time round. Top four all Class A cars. David Williams, all the way from the back, leads Class B. It's going nicely too. 48.1 did a personal best last time round. Tell a lie, he did a 47.1 last time around, David Williams. Peter Williams 48.1, a personal best for him. Mike Turner 49.2, personal best. Nick Johnson 48.7. So Nick Johnson faster than 1, 2, 3 cars ahead of him that time round, so started to go quite nicely.
Yeah, Nick Johnson actually very close to the back of Mike Turner in the Derek Bell class car.
Yeah, it's definitely getting stretched out up front now.
Yeah, Cater might have done something to the tyres. He seems to be losing touch with Houghton.
Well, he does, but Houghton's done a personal best there for 45.1, which is only a 10th off the fastest lap of the race, and it's 10th faster than the leader, but the gap was at 2.5 seconds. Great drone shot of the paddock there. It's pretty busy down there today. That's the national track element you're looking at there. You can see the segregation from where they turn up the hill onto the international circuit. That's the main straight we're on now, the Bahrain straight. That's 7:62. That's Nick Johnson getting ahead of Mark Turner. Johnson in that beautiful Lola down the inside. I said it this morning, he's so late on the brakes down into turn one. The car moves around under him, keeps it pinned, opposite lock, and holds that place as he heads through Campion Corner. So yeah, they're perhaps not as pinned down as their more modern aerodynamic counterparts, but nobody told Nick, he didn't get that memo.
Well, Nick certainly knows how to steer it.
Yeah. So here they come again up out of turn 3. Steep uphill there that you won't see, and then back down towards this corner again from the drone shot. You won't see it's off camber. Can catch you out when it's greasy here. You can snatch a wheel and end up in that gravel outside, on the outside. And believe you me, the ops guys here have that well raked, so you'll just dig in and stay there until you're pulled back out.
Beautiful shot from the drone of Nick Johnson. He had Bridgestone absolutely nailed that time.
Same again, very quick through Lola corner. Who needs aero? Sounds like Enzo Ferrari. Aero is for people who can't build engines. Wasn't that what Enzo Ferrari said? That's a comment that didn't age well.
It's like a big Parma Violet bullet coming down there.
Yeah, it's going well. So it's Johnson, Houghton, Cater, Law, David Williams, Peter Williams, Roger Donnan, Nick Johnson, Mike Turner, Peter Needham, Mike Fry. Missing John Owen from this one, 6 laps in. Ashley Law goes through to complete another lap. New fastest lap from Houghton in second place, 44.7, and that is 7/10 quicker than the race leader, and that brings the gap for the lead down to just 1.7 seconds with 10 minutes to go. There's plenty of time.
10 minutes to go, yeah.
It's not over just yet.
It's definitely not over. Definitely Cater's definitely got problems. He's dropped away to sort of 6.5 seconds now, Leo. Catching some back markers. Our leaders catching back markers. They head down towards 7A and 7B on the international loop.
But led David Williams all the way from the back. Class B cars just done a 45.6. That's 2/10 off the leader. It's quicker than a couple of cars, a good few cars in front, so he's going really nicely. You can see there, if you're watching the screen on the left, the color code on the left, the timing is the class. So the bluish green, what's the color for that? That's class A.
Teal?
Yeah, that's the one. And 6, Williams is kind of a purplish color. That is class B. And then the yellow cars of Williams, Donnan and Turner are Derek Bell. And then Johnson and Fry in the greyish colour on the left beside their number there, Historics. H denoting that on the timing screen, but actually also colours showing us there. So here's the lead. Let's see if it's come down anymore. Can Johnson react? 45.509. Yeah, 46 dead. He slipped out a little bit there, Hutton. So 2.2 seconds the gap. In fact, it's come back out to where it was after slashing it the lap before. 47.3 for Ben Cater. Similar pace to Ashley Law, who goes through now. 47 dead for Ashley Law, so that's quicker than Cater by 3/10. But David Williams going really well. Here he comes now. Let's just watch his time as he goes through. 24. Slow lap from commentator's curse at 51. Something happened out there that time, I would suspect, as they come back down into that long left-hander Bridgestone corner, right out to the flat outside curb, using all that curb hard on the power up the hill, moving slowly across towards the left and over that crest. A little bit of a blind corner. The braking can be just on that crest, which can unsettle some of the quicker cars here at Mondello Park. Then a long right-hander Lola corner, and then up through the gears. Give her all she's got on the way down that long back straight, because we're coming down to 7A and 7B. No mistakes for Johnson all the way through this one. He has controlled it very well. He's reacted whenever he got a challenge, just got the head down and eased away a little bit.
I think in the last lap, Houghton was caught up in the traffic a bit more than what Johnson was. He had that back marker to deal with, and I think Johnson was a bit luckier the way it fell.
Yeah, certainly his times went out by 1.3 seconds on that final lap, on that last lap, I should say, and that opened the gap again quite a lot. We'll see when they go by this time. Right out onto the exit curb. Both of them trying quite hard there as they come off Nordic Spirit corner. And on the brakes, late apex turn in to Southside Motor Factors on the power and away down the hill towards the start finish line. Will it be a 45? Yeah, 45.8. 46.2. Houghton, just nothing he can do at this stage. That gap going out again by another few tenths to 2.8 seconds. Ben Cater crosses the line, 46.6. So pretty much matching Houghton there, but not closing the gap just yet. Through goes Ashley Law. There's Mike Fry in that beautiful Taiga. Not a Tiga. Then 24 Williams. Great drive all the way from the back. David Williams, car number 24.
Isn't there a current Volkswagen called a Taiga?
No idea.
I think there's something in the range called a Taiga. Yeah.
So the two Derek Bell competitors there, Peter Williams who's leading, and right with him is Roger Donnan. So that's number 88 and 34, and there is just 1 second between them then as they go across the line.
See Johnson controlling out front from David Houghton. The number 8 in second. Here comes the leader through the brain bends. Beautiful lines from Richard Johnson out front. Using all the curve on the exit of Nordic Spirit, heads up the slope to the final corner of this lap. Southside Motor Factors corner. Drops down towards start finish line to complete another lap with 5.5 minutes to go. Still the fastest lap by David Houghton in second place. I don't think that's going to be challenged now. The tyres will probably start to go off at this stage of the race. Sector times are dropping away. Through goes Ashley Law in fourth place. David Williams in the white car comes over the line. He's running 5th place with Peter Williams, the leader in the number 88 car of the... In fact, he's under big pressure. Is Williams from Roger Donnan in that class. Richard Johnson takes the second away from Houghton in the first sector of this lap, and Houghton takes it right back in sector 2. So the gap not changing much over this lap. Visibly it looks like it's stretching out. Big belch of flame as out the window as Ben Cater came around the final corner. There goes Houghton in the number 8, round Castrol into Campion. Here is our leader, Richard Johnson. Into turn 3, the double apex right-hander, uphill on the second apex, right out to the curb, over the crest and heading down towards Bridgestone. Gap now to 3.2 seconds. Johnson controlling this one. Again, Houghton takes it 1/10 of a second in the first sector. But that's not going to be enough with under 3 minutes on the clock.
Johnson, Houghton, Cater, Law, Williams, Peter Williams, Roger Donnan, Nick Johnson, Mike Turner, Peter Needham and Mike Fry. The order now coming into the closing stages. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and I think that we might have to have a look at it. Well, I think the battle is heating up for the DB class. That's number 88 and 34 just going up the hill on the international loop. The leader's coming out onto the main straight, but let's have a look at that if we can. We're on the back straight now, heading down towards 7A and B, and that's the 2 DB cars on your screen. There we go, there they are, we've located them. We put out a search party. They're spread right across the track, but this is a cracking battle, Glenn. And this is what happened yesterday. These 2 Derek Bell competitors, Peter Williams and Roger Donnan, right on the pace, but having a real go at each other. And look, they're separated by nothing after 25 minutes racing. This is for the win, for the Derek Bell win. This is Peter Williams ahead of Roger Donnan, right out on the curbs. They're still trying so hard. I was talking to them this morning, really enjoying their visit to Mondello Park, but they don't mess around when they get in the car, do they?
Definitely not. Let's see if Williams can hold on. And
he looks very composed. Like, see the late apex there? He's like driving like a Mondello veteran, almost going by the corner, getting the car rotated and coming back across towards for an apex at Castle Corner. That's exactly what you've got to do down there, and he's doing it to perfection. The beautiful blue and yellow machine down through the double apex right-hander, but that is where Donnan is a little bit quicker,
nice,
carries more speed, closes him down the second bit, but perhaps traction, does he overcommit at the second bit? Perhaps he loses a little bit on the way back up the hill, Glenn.
Definitely scrabbling out over the top of the curve on the exit of turn 3. Loses pace down towards Bridgestone. And looks like Williams carries great pace out towards Lola now. And on that last lap lead, they're only separated by a tenth of a second, just over a tenth of a second in the last lap.
All weekend, Glenn, they've been glued together. That's a proper battle, and they don't ease off till right at the very end of the race. They're pushing so hard. No allowances for age here, but they're using all their experience. Look at that, right into the ape. Oh, see the rotation of the car there. That's a man on top of his car, isn't it? Just got the car turned on the power, off at the lock, and by the apex and up the hill. There's no mistakes being made here.
Donnan's very brave on the brakes. Let's see what happens as they come round. There's going to be one more lap, one to go.
Yeah, leaders have just started their final lap, but this is where the battle is. Oh no, he slowed a bit, did he, at the apex? I thought we'd given him the commentator's curse there for a minute.
Lost a bit of drive, yeah, as they head down towards Nordic. Maybe missed the gear or something.
Oh, he's coming back at him on the brakes.
Right back on it. He's hungry for this.
He's very late in the brakes there in a couple of places on the track. This is it, 3.3 kilometers to go for these guys. Across the line, leading the Derek Bell class goes Peter Williams, and shadowing him is Roger Dunnan, as he has done since the lights went out 25 minutes ago, Glenn.
Castrol, they go through Campion. And again, Peter Williams managing the gap. Great drive out of Campion down towards turn 3, but again on the brakes, look, watch Dunnan.
Here he comes.
Yep, closing down. A nice late turn in from Dunnan. Will he get a better drive towards Bridgestone in this lap?
Do you know something? Peter Williams has got a lovely way of rotating that car and getting exits. He's not worried about that late braking. He gets the car turned and gets out of the corner so well.
He's so smooth.
Here we come, it's checkered flag time, and it's going to be Richard Johnson. Has not put a foot wrong. Drove by the two cars that had a little bit of a skirmish into turn 1, and he's going to take a double at Mondello Park. The checkered flag is waved, and Richard Johnson takes the win, Glenn.
Yeah, here comes Houghton for second place. And Cater actually held on. Maybe did flat spot the tyres and lost a bit of pace, but Cater takes third place. Back to this scrap for the Derek Bell trophy.
I missed out on a good pun there, I suppose, when he got out of shape. Slide trombone. There was something there. We missed it somewhere, Glenn, but we'll get it next time. Big wave. They're all giving a wave when they come across the line. Looks like they've had a good race. And here's the Derek Bell battle coming towards us now. And it's just opened out a little bit. But with a late breaker like Roger Dunnan behind you, it's not over. You see the checkered flag.
Definitely.
There's a great drive. That's David Williams from the back of the grid to take Class B and 5th overall. What a charge. And here come the two battling boys. Right out onto the curb on the exit of Southside Motor Factors, and it's going to be Peter Williams from Roger Dunnan. That is great stuff. That's a proper battle between those two. Really enjoyable to watch, and yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. Then it's going to be, there's Nick Johnson with no aero. Who needs aero? Nick Johnson on the brakes, and behind him is Mike Turner and Peter Needham. Nothing in it with them either. It's going to be a drag race to the line. 62 goes across the line to win the Historics, Nick Johnson. And then just about Mike Turner by 0.267 of a second for Peter Needham in a drag race to the line. Then it's going to be Mike Fry in the Taiga 1979 car. Real bit of history here at Mondello Park. Right into the apex. Beautiful looking car. Right out onto the curb. Historic car or not, he's still pushing hard. That's got a Pinto 2-litre engine in it. Glenn, proper old school Sports 2000 Championship. Well, that's it. It's a pity they haven't got two races today, because they really are great to watch. Fantastic stuff from the Sports 2000, the SRCC Sports 2000 Championship. Thank you very much to them all for coming over and giving us great entertainment. And all different types of cars, different types of chassis. But the Derek Bell thing is highly entertaining, isn't it? There were 3 of them yesterday and 2 today, battling right until the end. I really thought it was going to be Ben Cater's day early on. He got a cracking start, got across the bows, the leader, and then just got a little bit of help, I feel, before the apex. It's very, very slight, and that would have driven him wide, and that allowed Richard Johnson to cut back and pass both of them.
Yeah, the more we think about it, actually, that first corner incident, I wonder, did Ben Cater pick up some sort of damage in that contact? Because he seemed to be twitching and fighting with that car the whole way around.
There's definitely something wrong, yeah. So Airport Cars, Formula Shane's coming back out towards. We're missing Roisin Sweeney. She must be the unluckiest driver in Irish motorsport. Engine let go early in the year. She rebuilt that. Fuel problem at the last meeting, didn't get going. Qualified superbly this morning. She was 4th for most of the session. I think she might have been pipped. Ben was 5th, and now her fuel tank is leaking and she can't race. So anyone welds aluminium in the paddock or has a fuel tank for a Formula Shane, I'm sure she would be very, very pleased to see them coming. They have the tank out of the car. They've been trying to fix it with all sorts of chemical metal and stuff like that, but can't get her going. She's going to miss this race. It is such a shame. The Nordic Spirit car, having been in 4th place for most of qualifying, ended up 5th. So Richard Carney on pole position for this one, and probably will run away and hide from the rest of them. He's massively experienced, he's very quick, and he's the reigning champion. He's without Enda O'Connor and Keith Hogg here. He should be the pace of the class. That said, Sean Kiernan was very, very quick this morning early on, and then he said to me that the master switch started turning on and off. He got an intermittent misfire. He was actually called up to the COC because he was slowing and speeding up, and he had to explain what happened, but he's got that fixed. And he is back on row 2, but he was just 3/10 off Richard Carney on the first 2 laps. So watch out for him. The white car, the Kiernan machine, number 18. Chris McCabe. Is Chris McCabe out there? I hope he is. Let's have a look. I don't think he is, you know. He said there was some problem. That car was towed in after qualifying, so we could be missing 2 cars here.
I think Chris is in the white car in 3rd. I think that
That's
is
Kiernan. Yeah, no, we don't. We're missing 2 cars. We're missing Chris McCabe and we're missing Roisin Sweeney. Unfortunately, we do have Jack Files. Watch out for Jack Files. Got on new rubber, I noticed, as he went out the grid. Absolute star in Boss Ireland yesterday. Hasn't had much running at all in the Shane. Was driving it yesterday. Donald Lockery running it, and he loves the car. But was on old rubber this morning, so he's got fresher rubber for the race. Let's see what he can do. He's in the red car right at the back, or is he? Is he slowing down at 7A and B? No, Files is still moving. 2 cars coming, in fact. There's another. Is that Igo as well? I think it is, yeah. So we've 2 cars coming back towards us. Thought we had lost a few more. So we had a potential 14 cars, but a couple of people couldn't be here. Enda O'Connor, procedure in hospital for him, the Elvis of the class. We're wishing him well. He's recovering. He's absolutely fine, but wouldn't make it for this one. He'll be back out for the Leinster Trophy meeting. Charlie Linnane was supposed to be out, didn't make it onto the grid either, and I think Brendan Carr is talking about perhaps making a comeback as well. A couple of people looking for cars, so if anyone is sitting on a car out there, let us know. We'll get it rented or get it sold. Igo was coming to the pit lane. That's a shame. He'd gone very well this morning. Beautifully presented car, but obviously has a problem. He's on the apron down on the left hand side. You can just see him on the left hand. That's a great shot, isn't it? Formula Shane's coming towards us, getting lined up on the grid. So an Irish built chassis built in Blaine Row in County Wicklow, originally by David Shane, now by Kevin Shane. Tradition continues in County Wicklow. They've got a Rover K-Series engine with race cams, all the upgraded bits you need on a K-Series, and they're very, very quick. They're running on slick tyres. Richard Carney's been around the national track in 56 seconds this year, so far quicker than a Formula Ford, and away they go, and Carney gets the jump. McKenna tries to go with him. Watch out for Kiernan. Files didn't really get off the line well there, number 7, but he takes his time to settle in, and he's very quick and very smooth, so watch out for the red car of Jack Files as we get going here. So Carney leading this one from Garrett McKenna, Kiernan right in with them, then Tom Foley, Mike Dermody and Young Files. They're all streaming through Campion Corner and out towards turn 3, Glenn. Oh, we can hear a bit of noise down in the background. That's Kevin Igo joining in, so a little bit late there, but gets going.
Leaving the pits. Good to see him rejoin. Not enough casualties in this race before we even got going. There's Carney out front.
Files has come up behind Dermody pretty quick. Looks like he's got a little bit of pace here. Let's have a look at this right at the back. There's Jack Files, gets a great run through Lola Corner, pulls out side by side on the run down the back straight. Very little variance in terms of performance in these engines. They're all dynoed, they're all sealed, and they have to they have a specific dyno they have to go to as Files takes that place. A maximum at the wheels of 155 brake horsepower. You can't have any more than that. Reg's very specific. Porrick Dowdall doing a lot of work on these cars and checking them a lot, and they were all weighed and checked after scrutiny this morning, so very, very equal class. The parts are incredibly cheap for the cars, Glenn. I got a hold of the parts list from Shane Cars, and it really is very small money for suspension parts, considering it's a single-seater race car. So the formula is pretty good. It's a matter of rebuilding it back up. Mondello Park involved in the running of the class now, and it looks like Kiernan's going to have a go down the inside. Classic move, last minute. But Garda McKenna trying to get it back with a slightly cleaner exit. He's right under the back wing now. They both go over to the right-hand side. Kiernan on the inside now. McKenna on the outside, wanting that second place back as Carney begins to pull away. But Kiernan's late in the brakes. Oh, a big lunge for McKenna. They stay apart, thankfully. Tom Foley doing nicely there in 4th place. Then it's Jack Files who's up a place.
Great scrap for 2nd place. Kiernan got the move done at Southside. Here they are, turn 3. Big wiggle on in the entry to turn 3, but he holds it. He's going to have to be defensive as they come down towards Bridgestone, as McKenna is all over the back of him.
Battle is 2nd place at the moment. 2 very different lines there as McKenna tries to get the nose up the inside. He's getting good exits. That's allowing him to get a run here. And Kiernan, who'd love to go after Richie Carney, has to keep an eye on the mirrors. Carrying lots of speed, almost going wide. He does go a little bit wide, I think, at 7A. And again, with that exit speed, look at McKenna, gets a run at him on the way back up the hill. Kiernan sees it, goes to the inside just for a moment to say, I can see you coming. You won't be going down the inside there. They're through Bahrain's Bend, through the right, through the left. Beautiful drift from Sean Kiernan there. He's building up a 2nd car which will be available for rental from the next round on. So you want to join this class, Sean Kiernan will have a car ready. So we should have 3 or 4 more cars out for the next one. Right out to the exit curb there. Carney motoring away out front. Files now in the background. Look at the red car. He's definitely closing down Tom Foley. Here they come. Oh, he's gone wide, missed his apex there, just went a little bit too late. The problem is getting a young driver like that, putting him in a Formula 3 car, and then the next day throwing him into a Formula Shane. They're so different, but he's very adept. He adapts pretty quickly, and he's still quicker than the car in front. Files with a 50.3 that time round, even with that slight mistake. So he should be able to get up to Thomas Foley on this lap, I would imagine.
Yeah, it'd be very hard that, trying to reset your braking points and the differences between the 2 cars. Jack doing a great job.
Yeah, interestingly, Kiernan and McKenna are in the 49s. Files on a 50.3, including that little mistake, so there's a chance he can lap as quick as that battle for 2nd and 3rd. 47.942 for Carney.
Carney's away like a scalded cat. He's up the road.
That's only 8/10 off the lap record. 47.1 is Enda O'Connor's lap record. Elvis will be watching this from home and hoping his lap record doesn't get broken. Enda O'Connor always so quick on the international track, and I'd say that's one that Richard Carney wants. He's certainly not going to back him up here or orchestrate a bit of a show. He wants that lap record. Oh, look at him carrying the speed through there. Put so much work into this car. Worth having a look at. Runs it properly. The car's absolutely immaculate. Himself and his dad Dick, they put so much work into that car, and he's such a fan of the class. He built the engine for Roisin Sweeney. He couldn't do enough. He was telling he wasn't here last night and they needed a clutch release bearing. He told them where his truck was, he told them where the bearing was. Anything that's in the truck he could take. He's a big fan of the class and people like that in the class. And then Kevin Igo and Chris McCabe actually fixed the car for it. Came up and inside, I'd say 45 minutes, they had the engine moved forward, the release bearing fixed, and the car driving again. It's just such a shame the fuel tank has let go this morning. Poor Roisin has no luck at all. As we said, if anybody out there has a tank or can weld aluminium, make yourself known in the paddock. We might get her out for race 2. Carney goes across the line. 47.189, let's have a look. 47.189. Not quite. 47.124 is the lap record.
That is close.
Enda O'Connor is safe for the time being. What will Carney get out of a brand new set of tyres? One more lap before they start to tail off slightly. It's a long lap, isn't it, Glenn?
He needs to make this one count if he wants that record. And he certainly looks like he's going to try and get it.
Thomas Foley has responded to Files, 50.8. Files on a 50.5. Dermody, 51.3. Kevin Igo, 55.8. Here's Carney again. Nice high, wide line, a late apex on the power, no opposite lock. Right out to the curb, still trying so hard. Massively experienced, started racing Fiat Unos many, many years ago. I'd say probably 2000 before that. And then came up into the Punto class and became a force to be reckoned with in that class. Won the championship. Then came up into a Barts. He was a bit of a Phoenix Park specialist when that was the big race of the year. and disappeared for a while and came back. He did buy a Fiesta ST, but he bought this ex-Barry Rabbit Leinster Trophy winning Formula Shane and has been on the pace the last few years. Himself and Keith Hogg have had great battles. Here's young Files now hunting down Tom Foley down into 7A and B, Glenn.
Foley in the middle of the road, going a wee bit defensive on his line because he knows Jack is hunting around on the back of the blue car. Jack again Foley in the middle of the road as they come to Brains Bends. He's going to be sacrificing time here. And Jack will be he'll be getting impatient, he'll be wanting to get past and try and get up the road and see if he can do anything about the second and third place. As we said, Jack seems to have pace in that car. He looks like he's lined up a move as they're coming towards the final corner of south side, but
very
Foley's
quick
wise.
there, wasn't he? To Nordic Spirit. Just trying to try and get up the inside here. Oh, he's right under the back wing now. Tom Foley doing nicely here. Not making it easy for young Files, holding the inside. And back to the outside, Files on the outside. Foley goes just a little bit across towards the outside. He's definitely not handing this one over too easily.
Yeah, Foley very wise to Files behind him. He's driving in his mirrors for sure. Again, he's in the middle of the road as they come through turn 3.
Files gets into the apex, yeah.
Yeah, a lovely line from Jack. He's carrying the pace down towards Bridgestone, but again, Foley on the inside of the track. Files can't do anything about him.
Oh, they're both trying hard, aren't they? You can see by the body language of Foley's car, a little bit of a skip and a hop as he went right out to the outside curve. Files tries to go high and wide and carry more speed through here.
Let's see what Files can do here.
Yeah, he's slightly quicker. Here he comes, surely, yeah, Glenn.
He's lining something up here. Oh, he goes early. Oh, he doesn't get it done. Again, Foley, wise to it in the middle of the road. Oh, he's trying to switch back at 7B. He's just stuffed it down the inside at 7B. What a magnificent move from Jack Files. Up to 4th place, past Foley.
Oh, fair play to Foley. He gave him room at the last minute. That could have been, they could have turned in on top of him. That's good racing for those two guys. Well, I'll tell you something, Tom Foley making young Jack Files really work for it there. And good stuff from Files. He was working that out for 3 or 4 laps. I think where was he going to try and get by? He's just driving away now. So the lap time should be interesting. That's a great move by Files. I wonder how many times commentators have said that here over the years.
Great move by Files.
The third generation now heading up towards Southside Motor Factory's corner. A car belonging to Donald Lockery, former double Formula Opel champion and multiple karting champion. Raced V's as well here at Mondello Park. Many wins, and he's really enjoying running the car and making technical changes. He went out in the car himself and was really quick in it, but absolutely loved the fact that he says they're very responsive to chassis changes. So Donald have completely fallen in love with the idea of Formula Shane. Oh, he really is stretching his legs now and getting away, Files.
Let's see what Jack can do.
47.9 for Sean Kiernan. Sean Kiernan's starting to fly. I did think he was confident when I spoke to him this morning, but it was great stuff. So Carney it is from Kiernan and McKenna. Files up a place to 4th, Foley in 5th, Dermody in 6th. He's trying to hang on to Files there. He hasn't given up just yet, has he, Thomas Foley?
Definitely not. He matched him in sector 1 of this lap. So he hasn't given up.
Very quick out of there, Files. Carries some speed through there. Visually, you could see him beginning to get away there through that long right-hander. See if he can break into the 49s, but that's a really quick time from Kiernan there. And Richard Carney hasn't quite managed to eclipse Enda O'Connor's lap record. He's gone out to a 47.5 last time round. But what a lap from Sean Kiernan, 47.9. Only 4/10 off Carney last time round.
There we go, Files with a personal best in sector 2.
Enda's on here telling me it's a 45, but timing.ie produced a document here yesterday saying it is a 47.1 on 2024. I think might have been eclipsed. Well, he's sending me proof here, Enda O'Connor, so he's safe. He's happy plumping up his pillows in bed. His lap record is safe. We need to get Enda back out here. Leinster Trophy meeting, Enda. We'll have you back out on track, hopefully. And maybe the other couple of cars that are in your garage too. As Files goes by, let's see his lap time. 49.8 for Files. Absolute flyer for Jack Files. That's well quicker than Garrett McKenna. McKenna on a 51.2, but the gap at 5 seconds. Only 3 seconds to run, so great pace now for Jack Files in 4th place. He's chasing down a podium here, but it's a big ask, isn't it, Glenn?
It's a man on a mission here. We've got, what, 2 laps maybe? Yeah, maybe 2 laps left.
Yeah, and the first of 2 races. This second race is going to be good, isn't it?
Yep.
He looks so composed, doesn't he, as he goes through that. Just doesn't get out of shape at all. Looks like he's taking it easy, but he's still absolutely flying. 47.9 last time round. Down into 7A. Gets to the apex. Gets the car rotated. Through 7B and up the hill. 2 minutes 58 still to run in this one.
Yeah, inch perfect from Carney. Just comes round, brains bends. Touch a curb on the inside. Through the hairpin left. Beautiful late apex to carry the pace down towards Nordic. And let's see, here he comes. Top right is shot. On the drum shot. Up to the last corner, the hairpin right. South side motor factors. Using all the track. Beautiful stuff from Carney out front. And Kieran not that far away behind him. Kieran with a personal best there, a 47.5, and there's a second quicker than Carney ahead.
Yeah, this is great stuff from Sean Kiernan. We know he had a bit of pace, didn't know he had this much pace. He's running Carney very close. He's a lot quicker than Carney now. Jack Files down to a 49.3, goes quicker again for a personal best. Takes another couple of seconds out of Garrett McKenna for a podium position. It's down to under 4 seconds now, 3.728. Still a couple of laps to run in this one. Files is going to run McKenna close for a podium here.
He's going to be on the back of him, I think, as they're on to the last lap. Leo, if he can keep that pace. Comes our leader. There's Lola.
He's backed it off to a 48.5, but if he looks in his mirrors, you know, the international loop you can see right across the track, he'll see the pace Sean Kiernan is doing. 47.5 for Sean Kiernan. Does all the work on his car himself. He's a little bit disappointed this morning with the, obviously as he would be, with the master switch. He thought it was perhaps turning on and off, and that dropped him back, but he did sound fairly confident about the pace of the car, and he was right. It wasn't misplaced confidence, because that's some pace. 47.502. It's only 4/10 off Carney. And it's actually a lot quicker. It's a full second quicker than Carney last time round, but Carney does look like he's cruising. Oh, he's visibly close now. Look at this as they go through Nordic Spirit. Carney almost taunting him as he starts the last lap. Oh, Kiernan up over the inside curb there and right out onto the outside curb. It looks like a last lap of qualifying here. Kiernan smells a win. And look at this. It's for the podium. Great stuff by the TV crew for spotting that. McKenna's being caught by Files now. They're going to start their last lap. This is for a podium. Can Jack Files get a podium on his Formula Shane debut, Glenn? He's looking strong here, isn't he?
Oh, he's lining it up already, and it looks like McKenna's already defensive as they head up towards south side.
Will he try a switch back to the inside?
He's gonna try the switch back to get the run to Castrol, isn't he? He has the speed. Oh, he's gonna be on the outside. McKenna.
Oh, this is good
He
stuff
might have
between
it
these
done
two.
on the brakes here, will he? No, McKenna's very late on the brakes. Says not a chance, youngster.
Yeah, Files, I think he might be sizing him up a bit the way he was with Tom Foley. It's all very new to him, but Garrett McKenna, great racer, but Files with loads of pace. He gets a run through Campion quicker. He has a look down the outside into turn 3, backs out of it. This is great stuff between these two. Formula Shane's giving us good entertainment, both into the apex there, but McKenna with a great exit again, and that eases him away a little bit, in fact, from Jack Files. This is it, final lap. So it's got to happen on this lap if it's going to happen. Oh, he's very quick through there again.
Is there a problem? There's a problem for McKenna.
There is. Slow. I don't know if he missed the
Oh,
gear.
he missed the gear mid-corner.
Files was caught behind him and couldn't do anything with the impetus that he had, but certainly there was a problem there, yeah. That slowed them both down. Files got to run at him again now. As they come back to, oh, he's going to try and get the nose down the inside. Here they are side by side. Can he get it done for 7A on the last lap? I think he can. Oh, no, McKenna's so late in the race.
He's going to break himself. He got it turned in.
Oh, great stuff from McKenna. Great stuff from McKenna there, just comes back at him on the brakes. Files has another go. We're going to have to leave that because Richie Carney's about to take his 4th win of the year. Here he comes for the airport cars. Formula Shane in the RK racing car. Fist in the air. Carney takes that one. Great stuff. What a drive from Sean Kiernan in 2nd place. Watch out for him in race 2. Now, who's going to be 3rd? Here we are at Glen. They're having a real go, coming back towards Nordic Spirit. Files is quicker through there as they come back towards us.
It's all in the brakes into the final corner for the last step of the podium. McKenna has it defended. Will he run wide? Oh, it's going to be a run to the line. It looks like Files might have it on the run to the line. Here they come. Files has it done. Jack Files.
I'll tell you something, both of them deserve a pat in the back after that. Brilliant drive from young Files. He was fantastic yesterday. He was no less impressive today in Formula Shane, but Garrett McKenna made him work for that, as did Tom Foley early on. Dermody was beginning to haul in Foley. They go across the line now. Mike Dermody in that beautifully presented Marlborough livery car. Well, great stuff from the airport cars, Formula Shane's. It's just a pity we didn't get Roisin Sweeney out there in the Nordic Spirit car. There's the star for today, I think, is young Files in the Donald Lockery car, number 7. That really is a great drive from him. And using his head, overtaking on the exit of corners. We spoke about that earlier, didn't we? No man, well, I was going to say no man lunges, but there was one down at 7B. So absolutely great to watch. He'll be smiling away, and it's dad Jonathan helping Donald run the car today. We'll be equally happy with that one. They're distraught over not being able to get Roisin on the grid, but there'll be a little bit of consolation because that's a wonderful drive by young Jack Files for 3rd place. Carney increases his lead in the series. Sean Kiernan really putting his stamp down there, and I think he could be one to watch in race 2. I'm not sure how easy Richie Carney will have it in race 2. There's Porrick Dowdle, does a lot of technical checks on these cars. He's just directed them in. He's not letting them go just yet, so they'll at the very least they weigh the cars, but they can check ECUs, they can check loads of different things with the cars, and that's what they'll do now to make sure they're all okay. But great stuff from Richie Carney, from Sean Kiernan, and especially from young Jack Files, and great entertainment from Formula Shane. If you want to find out more about that class, iccr.ie, click on classes, click on Formula Shane. They're really accessible, they're very fast, they're reliable, and they're going to get a lot more promotion going forward. So great stuff from Formula Shane there, and an embrace between Kiernan and Carney, and very close in terms of pace, both of them. So watch out for that Kiernan auto car in race 2. Richard Carney did ease off a little bit towards the end, but if you look at their ultimate pace there, 47.1 for Carney, 47.5 for Sean Kiernan. And joining them on the podium after race 2, and they've their 2 podiums, will be young Jack Files. Very impressive stuff. We're going to go and get a little bit of lunch, but after lunch then we're coming back a little bit early and we're having an ICCR feature race. So the Fiesta Zetec, the Siltec Safety Fiesta Zetec capacity grid will be led around by Neil Murphy in the Zetec safety car. They'll stop on the grid. We'll open the grid to anybody that wants, spectators, anybody that's with them, family, anything at all. You can come out onto the grid, British touring car style, and I'm going to go down with you. We'll have a quick chat with them. We'll bring the drone. We'll do the live stream from the grid. And we'll chat to as many of them as we can and find out what it's like to be a Fiesta Zetec racing driver, and then we will lead them on another warm-up lap, and then they'll go racing. That's not just favoritism for them. We're going to try and do this. If it works out, we might do it for a different class at every racing and make them the feature, because it's difficult to go racing. It's dear to go racing. It's a lot of sacrifices to go racing, and making them into superstars is something we should do more often here at Mondello Park, Glen. So what, we go and get a quick sandwich?
Absolutely.
We'll be back here earlier than normal. So Fiesta Zetec, you've got about 10 minutes of a lunch break. Well, that's not true. You'll be called a lot earlier than before to assembly, and then you'll be brought out. There'll be one lap. It's not your warm-up lap. It's like a parade lap, for want of a better word. Neil will lead you down to stop on the grid. We'll grid up. You can get out of the cars if you like, and we will go down and have a quick chat with you. So we'll see you shortly down on the grid for the second portion of racing, the afternoon here on at Mondello Park.